Good morning to all. Respected resource person, Professor Dr. Ramesh Vail, sir. Respected principal, sir. Professor Dr. Mihiranjan Naik. Respected Dean Academics, Professor Dr. Chinmay Kumar Das, sir. Distinguished academicians, faculty members, researchers, and participants joining us from various institutions. A very warm welcome to the second day of the FDP on contemporary excellence in management education, pedagogy, leadership, and technology. Yesterday, we had a highly enriching session by our Honorable Vice Chancellor BIITM, Professor Dr. Amir Kumar Rath, sir, and Dr. Swapnaraj Swain, Associate Professor IM Bodhgaya on student engagement and academic excellence. Today we move to another equally important dimension of higher education, that is academic leadership and institutional excellence. In today's rapidly evolving educational ecosystem, as you understand, that institutions are no longer evaluated but solely on the basis of teaching and research. It is evaluated on the basis of various accreditation framework, national and international both, whether it is NAC, NBA, or any international accreditation like ASCSB, EQUIS. All these accreditation framework are basically evaluating the leadership in every organization on the basis of governance, quality assurance, institutional vision are basically the critical determinants of excellence. In this context, academic leadership is not confined to those holding only leadership position like principal or dean. It is also the responsibility of every faculty member that how they are going to show leadership inside a classroom, how they are going to exhibit leadership in a research work, how they are going to exhibit leadership in front of mentoring students, and how they are contributing to the institutional growth. Therefore, today's session is particularly significant for all of us who aspire to contribute meaningfully to the transformation of higher education. Looking at this background of the session, we have an eminent professor, and it is my privilege and honor to introduce the distinguished resource person for today, that is Professor Dr. Ramesh Vail.
Namaskar.
While going through his background, I felt like his background itself is FDP. Now, let me introduce Professor Vail, who is currently serving as Distinguished Professor at the International Management Institute, New Delhi. He is widely recognized as founding director of IIM Bhubaneswar, where he played a pivotal role in building and transforming the institution into a nationally respected business school. Professor Vail is United Nations Fellow on Information System and International Operation and a SAP certified consultant. His area of expertise includes business analytics, enterprise system, emerging technology, and information system. With an illustrious career spanning more than 4 decades, he has been associated with premier institutions of India like IIT New Delhi and Lucknow and the Statesman Group. Apart from numerous consulting assignments, he has authored 32 books, developed 20 case studies, published numerous research papers, and has trained more than 10,000 senior executives through corporate and academic development programs. He has also served on several academic and corporate boards and is currently associated with SAP academic initiative at national and international level. What makes today's session especially valuable is that Professor Vail combines the perspectives of an academician, researcher, administrator, institution builder, consultant, and technology expert. There are very few individuals who possess such a comprehensive understanding of higher education leadership. I am confident that Professor Vail's vast experience and practical insight will help us understand not only the academic leadership, but also how it can be practiced effectively in our institution. Before I invite the speaker, I request all the participants to actively engage in the session and to note down their questions for the interactive discussion after completion of the session. With immense pleasure and deep respect, I invite Professor Dr. Ramesh Well, distinguished professor on developing academic leadership competencies for institutional growth. Over to you, sir. Thank you.
Good morning. Am I audible? Am I audible to everyone?
Yes, sir. You're audible.
Okay, good. Let me put up my slide to begin with. Is this visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. And that was housekeeping rules, which we need to. Okay. Good morning, and thank you very much for inviting me to such an important faculty development program, which is being initiated by your institution, BIITM. And I'm thankful to the principal, sir, Niranjan ji, and the management of BIITM for taking this particular initiative and trying to train and guide the faculty members to be ready for the future. And this is what becomes important, that how the management thinks for the development of its own set of faculties. And this shows how progressive the institution is, and kudos to all of you and your leadership. Now we have an interesting topic to discuss today, and I want you to basically think about whatever comes into your mind while we are talking about it. Okay. Leadership cannot be taught. Okay, and it is a skill which is there in each one of us. How much we sharpen that particular skill, that depends on our individual needs and individual excitements. That's how I really look at it. Okay, and there are instances where we really talk about that. There are hidden skills which each one of us has, and you need a mentor who can actually brush up those skills and try to take out those. Okay, and there are certain peer level pressures when we really look at it, which also helps you to really look at taking out your those kinds of skills. So that's what that's very generic. But what are we going to talk about is in this particular competitive environment where a lot of institutions are there within our locality, and there are a lot of institutions which are of national importance, which are of state importance, which are of global importance, and with the technology interventions, the competition has changed, and there are no boundaries as such. Okay, so you can't say that I'm the best institution in Bhubaneswar. Okay, now that statement is no more valid today. Okay, or I'm the best institution in the states of Odisha, or I'm the best institution in the country like India. right. You don't know from where the competition is going to come in, right, and would start competing with your institution, right. So it's what you need to really look at it is that how can you outperform? And for that, you need to continuously keep innovating. Now, uh, it's not that your director or your principal or your management is going to be basically try to drive those initiatives. It is the faculty who has to own it. Now that's where the academic leadership starts. Okay. If you start owning your own processes, if you start owning your own systems, okay, you would help yourself to grow, and you would also help your institution to grow. Now, that's the first fundamental thing which we need to understand. I I can be one who can do whatever I'm being told to do. I can be one who can take the leadership role and try to do something differently, which I'm not being told to do. Now, that's where the difference comes in. Okay, and that's where we are trying to focus more on. Um, My experience of creating IMI Bhubaneswar, which we built it from scratch. Okay, I was there for 12 years. We followed this particular philosophy where we said each one of us has to think differently, and each one of us has to outperform. Right. So these were the two mantras which we basically adopted, and we said each one of you can take risk, think out of the box, come with an idea, and let's implement it. Let's not question whether it is going to fail or it's going to succeed. Since you have thought about it, so there must be a merit in it. Okay, right, and that's where the ownership is being transferred. Right. So that's what. So if I, as an individual faculty, whatever level I am in, maybe I'm an lecturer or an assistant professor or maybe an associate professor or a professor, okay. If I started thinking about my institution and I came out with some idea that if we do something like this, it is going to differentiate us from our peers. Okay. Now that thought itself demonstrate your leadership qualities. That's what we are talking about. So as an institutional leader, we basically need to create that kind of an environment where each individual start thinking about something different for their own institution. Okay, and we never used to question those thoughts or question those ideas, because the moment you start questioning those, that means you are basically trying to question the thought process of that individual. Okay. So we wanted to encourage that, because how would you basically encourage an ownership? So the ownership is being encouraged. Let them think whatever they want to think, and let's support whatever they have come out with it. Okay. And the first cycle, there must be some certain set of successes and certain set of failures which has happened. Okay. And then we try to improvise on that. That's a culture. That's what is we are really trying to talk about it. Okay. Now that's one experience which I thought it's important to begin with and start talking about it. Okay. Uh, Now, if you really look at what are we going to do and what are we going to talk about, okay, this is how you really look at this. Okay. Uh, Very standard kind of definition to understand what is this academic leadership is all about. Okay. Uh, It's a capacity to shape, inspire, and advance the intellectual and institutional mission of an higher educational institution, guiding faculty, students, curricula, research, and culture towards sustained excellence. I just gave you one example about the culture part of it. I didn't talk about the faculty. I didn't talk about the student. I didn't talk about curriculum, research, etc. Okay. Why did I talk about the culture to begin with? I said if my culture is set in that particular manner, then automatically the other things would start taking shape of that. Now that's where we are trying to look at it. Okay. I use that particular statement that I will do what I'm being told to do. Okay. Right. That means I am not trying to excel beyond my work. Okay. I'm doing whatever I am being told to do. Right. Whereas we said, you suggest what we should be doing. That's a shift. That's a change. Okay. And we support your ideas. Now that's where you basically try to look at bringing in the excellence and trying to change from a worker perspective to an owner's perspective. And we want each faculty to own an institution. Okay. We don't want the faculty to be an employee of an institution. Now that's the cultural shift which we need to really bring in, and that's what we did at IMI Bhubaneswar. Okay, in the very first couple of months itself. Okay, we ran this particular institution like an entrepreneurial venture, and we said that there are no hierarchies of any order. Okay, and I gave a very strong and very clear message to my people that we are not here to lose anything, because we are no one out here. We were very clear. We were no one at that particular point of time. XIMB was flourishing, KIT was flourishing, okay, and we just started there. So how do we create our own identity? How do we create our own existence in this particular space? Right? And that's where we said, okay, let's start owning it together. Let's start doing something which is very different. And we empowered the people. We were very small group at that point of time. We had only 5 faculties. And if you include me in the 6 faculties, okay, couple of support staff, and that's it. And we ran that as a startup, ran that as an entrepreneurial venture. Okay, now that's where it comes that, okay, what is the vision which you are trying to communicate? So set and communicates a compelling long-term direction for an academic growth and an institutional identity. Be very clear what we want to achieve, and let's try to achieve it together. Okay. So the very first year, what we said is that, okay, let's try to create our existence. We worked on the existence. Second year, we basically said that, okay, let's try to create an identity that why the student should come to IMI. Why IMI is different than any other institution in this particular geography. Right. Third year, we said that, okay, what kind of learning environment we are trying to create it for them. So we kept on changing that, and we kept on achieving that, and we kept on offering that to our stakeholders. And that's the journey. That's what we were trying to focus more on. Right. We were not doing too many things in one go to begin with when we were creating that institution. We picked up 1 or 2 things and we worked on it and we achieved it. It's not that we achieved in first go itself. Some of the things which we did, we failed, and we failed. Certainly, yes. But we never gave up. Okay, we learned from that particular failure and we came back and we achieved it with the success. And that's where we are talking about. You need to be visionary. You need to be very, very clear what you want to create for your institution and for your people of the institution. We were very different. I said, I again tell you another instance. When we completed or about to complete our 5 years of an existence, we said eligibility criteria for NBA is 5 years of an existence at that point of time. Okay. And we were in the 4th year, and I told my people that, okay, next year we want to get an NBA. So the question when we started working on an NBA, the question came to our mind is that how our offering is very different than from any other schools in NBA offerings. So we sat on it, we debated on it, and we said no. Our course curriculum looks to be the similar, but our teaching methods are very different, right? And that's what we focused more on our pedagogical aspects. Okay, we innovated our teaching. We changed our curriculum designs to suit the requirements. Okay, and we ensured there are learning outcomes which are attained to a satisfactory levels. And that's what we looked at it. Okay, and we created the differentiators out there, and it was not that we copied everything or we brought everything what IMI Daily was offering, because IMI Daily was there for more than 30 years at that point of time. Okay. But they were operating in a different market segment altogether as compared to what IMI Bhubaneswar was trying to do. So we didn't basically replicated what Delhi was doing. We changed a lot. We modified it to suit this market's requirement. We actually studied what my competitors are trying to do, and we innovated our teaching methods. We innovated our teaching pedagogies. We brought in, at that point of time, I'm talking about 2016 or so, 15, 16 or so, we introduced the simulation-based teaching at that point of time, whereas Delhi was not doing that. Okay. Reason was very simple. Okay. We said, let's involve our students into the business problems. And once they are involved, they would learn faster and they would remember and they would enjoy. Okay, and they're connected. And number of we made a lot of investments into that. Okay, and this is one of the examples. I'm just there are many other things which we did. Okay, now that's what. Okay, how would you bring in the innovation into your teaching? Right. Now, in a today's context, if you really look at with a lot of social media interventions, a lot of AI interventions, okay, mobile penetrations, the attention span of students are going down. They can't sit in the class for 60 minutes to 90 minutes. Okay, and if they sit physically, they are not attentive. They are not engaged. So what you need to do, okay, look at your teaching pedagogies again. Change those. It cannot be the same standard lecture method which would work. Okay, and that's where we really talk about the role of an academic leader comes in. You as a faculty is a leader in the class. You know your students. Okay, you know your institutional requirements. You know your the quality of the students and their learning journeys. So change, innovate, bring in new methods. Okay, and that's what is a continuous process which we really talk about it. And while you are really trying to do all this, okay, it was important to take your stakeholders, okay, take your stakeholders to your growth journey, and that would happen when you build trust. Okay, when you collaborate, you basically try to build a stronger community of your students, your faculties, your alumni, uh, your uh, your partner, industry or business leaders. Okay, and that's what becomes very, very critical. So what we did, we basically tied up with the leading industries in this geography to begin with. We immediately did that. Okay. So my industry partnership has gone up. We signed number of MOUs. We were trying to deliver a lot of executive education for them. Okay, we were trying to participate into their consulting assignments. Okay, right. So it's not only from the financial gain perspective. It is basically to develop relationships. Okay, to broaden your networks, to tell the world that we are here, and we are here with the quality kind of inputs, right? And that's created our identity, and that's what is more important. Okay, right. So. So you need to have a clear vision, whatever whatever level you are in, and whatever you want to contribute. You need to mend your teaching methods, given the change in the environment, given the change in your students' profiles. Okay, and their limitations and the challenges. You also need to really look at your different stakeholders who are available, who are present in that particular space, and try to connect with them, interact with them, try to address and guide them with certain solutions to their problems. Okay. Keep involving them into your own activities so that the connectedness is always there. Okay. And the fourth one, obviously, with the change in the technology, with the change in the competition, with the change in the environment, keep adapting, to those changes. Okay. And that's where it is important. Okay. Who is an academic leader? It can be anyone to everyone in an organization, in an institution, because if you are part of an institution, you are a leader and you are contributing. It's not your only principal or your dean or your director is the leader. It's not that. Forget about that. Today they are occupying that particular position. Tomorrow you are going to occupy that particular position. Okay, so it's a growth. It's a growth path which you need to really look at it, and that's where we said I keep on going back to that particular example of how we built Bhubaneswar campus of IMI. I empowered my people. Okay. And I said, you need to drive. I'm here to mentor you. I'm here to guide you. Okay. And that made the difference. Okay. So that's what, so if you really look at this, in another terms, which we really talk about from what do we understand by academic leadership, it actually contributes to all aspects of our business, to all aspects of our business. It basically tries to and impacts into our quality of teaching. It also talks about how innovative is our curriculum. It also talks about what is the research contribution of an institution, how much of a research the faculty does, and do I have an ecosystem to support research? Okay. I cannot say that, okay, every faculty needs to produce 2 Scopus index papers every year, minimum 2, let's say, but I don't provide an ecosystem to support that. Okay. Now this is what becomes critical and becomes important. Okay, how engaged is my faculty? Do I really involve my faculty into all kinds of decision-making processes? Okay, right. If yes, I'm creating that environment. If no, then I need to really think about this particular process again. Student success, okay. There is a saying that, okay, anyone who basically gets admission to an MBA passes the MBA course, but is the pass percentage important for the students? The student success is not to be measured on the pass percentage only. Okay, student success is basically to be measured on the growth of the student. Okay, what kind of profiles my alumni is occupying? What kind of industries they are in? Okay, what kinds of roles and responsibilities they are fulfilling? That's what we are trying to look at it, the success of my student. Okay, it's not pass percentage. It's not that 90% of my students scored above 80%. Or scored A grade or an A plus grade. It's not that which we are interested in. How many industry partnerships I have, or how many industry leaders know me or visit my institutions. Okay, how many accreditations I have, and why I should really look at these accreditations at all. What I'm going to get out of these accreditations. Why rankings are important. Why should I participate in these rankings? There are hundreds of rankings which are available. Okay, should I be participating? And we at IMI, though we were very new, okay, we took a very cautious decision. We said we will not participate in all kinds of rankings. I'm telling you now. Okay, if you really look at it, there were a number of rankings where we never participated. We refused. We said, you are not matching our qualities. You're not matching our vision. Why should I participate? Okay, so we selected. We said, okay, we are going to be there in these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, and we were there in all those 5. We were what, about 2017? Yes, so we were about 6 years old institution, and we were in the NIRF. We were in the NIRF top 100, top 75, actually. 6-year-old institution. We were the youngest to be there in the NIRF because we worked for it. We were very clear that we want to be there. Until I was there, so we ensured that we are there in an NIRF ranking every year. Competition kept on increasing. Number of institutions who are participating kept on going up. Okay, but we maintained our rank. We were there. So last when I left, it was 61, right? So 75 to 61 rank in another 6 years time. Okay, when the number of institutions which are participating was doubled, right? So that's what we are trying to talk about it. And it's not only the director whose contribution is there, it's basically the team. It's the faculty who contributed, who worked, who actually made that particular vision successful. That's what we are really trying to talk about. So the academic leadership is contributing to each one of these. Each one of these. That's what we are talking about. Internationalization. Why you need to be? Okay, you may say that, okay, I'm a local institution. I'm known in Bhubaneswar or I'm known in Odisha. But today, with this particular foreign bill, where we are talking about number of foreign institutions are setting up their campuses in India, what happens if a foreign institution comes to Bhubaneswar? Right now, there is none, but what happens? And what would happen to your institution then? Right? So you need to be there. See, there are no boundaries today, no geographical boundaries today. Why can't you get students from any part of the world? Now that would happen when you basically start focusing on the internationalization. And internationalization is not about only the student exchange and the faculty exchange. It's much beyond that. 2015, okay, we were 4-year-old and I signed my first MOU with one of the Triple Crown institutions. Okay. IMI Bhubaneswar, not known in the international circles, but we were able to convince one of the Triple Crown institutions to sign an MOU with us. Okay. And we did a lot of research and conference collaborations with them. And we worked with them for more than 10 years. Right? And once you get your first, you get the second and you get the third and then you get the fourth. You need to be focused, and that's what I said. I said once we were very clear that, okay, we will not compromise on the quality of an institution with whom we will sign our MOU. Okay. So we picked up an institution which was well known, right? Which was quality conscious, which was focused on research, which was focused on internationalization, right? So how do you really look at it? We looked at the Triple Crown institutions. And once the first one came in, the second one automatically happened, and the third one automatically happened. Right? So that's where I keep going back and say that this particular part is more important. Okay, you need to be visionary. And this is not visionary when we are talking about only from the top management perspective. I'm talking about from the faculty perspective. All you are academic leaders, all of you are. Okay, you need to have a vision, right? And once you have that kind of a vision, so you would start working towards that and you would achieve something which is very interesting for you. And this is what you need to be clear on. Okay. I hope this is going good. Okay. Any questions anyone have at this stage?
Good morning, sir.
Yes.
I am Vijay Bal. I teach English communication in BIITM.
Right, sir.
Sir, I have a little unclarity in my mind about your list of academic leaders.
Okay.
In the first slide, you put senior faculty, but when you spoke, you said all faculty members can be academic leaders. Again, deans, those who are in some positions of influence. You put them as academic leaders. I am a little unclear about whether what is the role of faculty in academic leadership.
That's why I gave you that example. I started with that. Okay, I empowered the people at IMI Bhubaneswar, irrespective of their levels. Okay, right. Now, everyone cannot occupy an administrative position in an organization, but you can't say that, okay, the person who is not occupying the administrative position cannot be an academic leader, right? So the point which we are trying to talk about it is that every faculty needs to first own an institution. Okay, the ownership itself would define the academic leadership, right? And who stops you? No one stops you, right? I don't have a position right now, so that doesn't mean that I will stop thinking about my institution, right? And obviously, when we were saying, I keep coming back and keep talking about my institution examples. Okay. What we did was we basically rotated these administrative positions also. We kept said that each position is not going to be there for more than 2 years.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Now, see, another point which is important out here, why we were rotating. It's not that I'm training everyone. That in any case is happening. Okay. Once I give you an administrative role, I train you also. I give you the opportunity to do something different. Okay. But when I rotate, I basically get new ideas. As compared to a person who is occupying a position for last 3 years, so he has its own ideas, his own style of working. But when I basically bring in a new person there, the thought process changes. Okay, right?
Okay.
And you try to improvise on that. So in a leadership theories, what we really talk about, there are two kinds of leaders. One who says whatever has happened in the past is all wrong. I want to start from scratch. Okay, so that means he doesn't believe what his predecessor has done. There's another set of leaders who says, no, my predecessor has built an institution to this level. Now let me try to scale it up to the next level. Okay, so he has already created number of steps in the ladder. So let me start climbing it from the second or the third step where my predecessor has left. Okay, so you can think now, you had the first scenario who says, let me try to negate everything what my predecessor has done. I want to restart. So he would start climbing the ladder from step number 1. Whereas the second one scenario who says, no, my predecessor has already left up to the step number 3. Now let me start climbing from the step number 3 onwards. So obviously the second one would climb faster, right? So it all depends on the individuals. Okay, and that's where we really say that, okay, human psychology is very difficult to understand and it's very difficult to manage also. Okay, and if you are able to manage your team better, you would certainly succeed much faster in this particular competition. Right? I hope I answered your question and others.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Sir, can you suggest a few steps, initial steps, which an organization can take to nurture sense of ownership in the faculty?
empower them. That's the very first step, which is more important. Empower the faculties. Okay, because if it comes with an empowerment. If I give you that, then only you would perform much better, and you would basically start taking the risk also. And that's what I said. When I said I gave you that example, we ran that institution like an entrepreneurial venture. And I told my people very clearly, categorically, fail हो जाएंगे तो कोई problem नहीं है. हम zero stage पे start कर रहे हैं. We are not doing anything. We are not at the top in any case. Right? So if we fail, it doesn't matter. So we took all kinds of decisions, okay, and we worked on that. So empowerment of people is more important. The very first step is that. And the second is that you need to have a very effective and a transparent communication with your team. Communication is the most, and you are a communication professor in any case, okay, and you know the power of communication, right? If I talk to only 5 people and neglect about another 50 people in my team, will I succeed? Answer is no, right? So what I also used to do it is that for every decision making, I used to call all my faculty. And whosoever is driving that particular initiative, he would present and other faculties would basically try to contribute. There was no criticism as such, it's a contribution. Okay, constructive criticism is always a contribution, which I always say that. That means I'm challenging you to think in a different manner. And then what happens at the end of the day is that everyone owns it. Everyone owns it because I know this is the initiative institution is trying to take it and this individual is driving it and we all participated in this decision process. And that's where the ownership comes. Okay, so the moment you create communication walls, automatically it is the downfall of an institution.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Anyone
sir.
else?
Sir, may I add here one or two things, sir, under
Yes,
your
sir.
permission.
Yes, sir.
Sir, Mihir here.
Yes, yes, Mihir.
Sir, sir, very good morning to you
Morning.
and to our entire my faculty colleagues present over here. Sir, we are delighted so far through your presentation and all, and your insightfulness about developing this IMI to this particular level. Sir, let me share one thing. At this moment, we have 100 plus members are associated with BIITM and also striving to take it to next level. When we have started, sir, at that point of time, there are around 19 numbers of institutions under Biju Patnaik University of Technology as the affiliated institution, and our position was 19th out of this 1 to 19th number of institutions. And at that point of time, we are also having 10, 12 people around with those who are associated with us. Today, till 2025, we have 73 numbers of affiliated institutions under BPUT. Those are providing MBA program and related management education program. This year, this numbers of institutions has increased from around 73 to 100 plus.
Okay.
And total number of institutions has grown up from 137 to 170 plus. So under these circumstances, BIITM, out of these 100 management institutions, is nearing to the position of top 1, 2, 3 institutions under BPUT. Now, what I would like to say, why I have given this statement, at that point of time, we are having 10, 12 people, we are having now 100 plus people. And out of these 100 people, we are having 45 numbers of professors continuously working for that taking this institution to a different level. You have focused on a word called empowerment. And you have also said one thing that every professor here or everywhere is a leader. Yes, sir, we are also doing like this. Those are present over here. They all are the leaders in certain or the other domains. We have more than 25 to 27 numbers of various domains, various committees, various cells, various functional areas, where everyone is in charge of each and every domain where they are performing, and they are also having their, that all responsibility as well as authority given to them.
Hmm.
So perhaps that was the thing which was set as the culture by our predecessors, by our founding principles, which all the people, all the faculty members here are taking it forward. Now, under these circumstances, we all are working to take BITM to a different level. But the point is, under the changing scenario or very dynamic situation, what are all those traits, characteristics, and the qualities that needs to be adopted to not only satisfy the stakeholders but also to delight the stakeholders?
Yeah.
Other than the core competency, what are all those things required and needs to be that inherited over the period of time, so that today those who are the assistant professor, tomorrow they'll become definitely associate professor, and associate professor will become professor, and professor will become vice chancellor. That is what we are thinking, having their career plan maybe in next 15 or 20 years of time. Whether they'll build BITM or they'll build BPUT or they'll build some other institutions, definitely they are going to contribute for this state and for this country. So that is the reason we have organized this particular session, and to understand from you that all those traits and characteristics needs to be adopted, practiced relentlessly, so that they'll develop themselves as a leader.
Yeah.
Those will be
Yeah.
that
Yes.
doing well in the future endeavor. That my question is that I have explained and tried to justify, but the whole outcome of this question is, what are those traits and qualities they need to be have there?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, thank you, mate. This is interesting, and that's what I'm going to cover, and that's what is more important, because as an academic leader, you also work in a constrained environment. Okay, like your institution is being governed by BPUT, right? So you need to really look at the guidelines of the university and try to, because you don't have those kinds of flexibilities also available. But to some extent, to create a differentiator, you can always try to add on certain courses, certain kind of workshops, certain kinds of certifications, okay, whereby the BIITM is different from other BPUT affiliate institutions. Now, this is where the role of the leaders start coming in. Okay. Now, these are some of the things which we are going to talk about much more in detail. Okay. So let me go back. Okay. Now, when we really look at some of these, okay, why this is important and why this is this matters. Okay. Now that answers your question partially, and obviously your question is going to be answered throughout the next 1 hour or so. Okay. Look at this statistics. 87% of top 100 QS ranked institutions credit leadership qualities as a primary driver of their ranking trajectory. Now, this is one example we are trying to talk about. Okay. I've just picked it up, this QS ranked institutions, because QS ranking is becoming very, very popular today across the globe. 3 times more likely to receive AACS, BA, and B accreditations when faculty have defined academic leadership roles. Okay. So it's not only the international accreditations, it's also our national accreditation, which they look at it that if is the faculty being empowered to lead a particular vertical, is the faculty being empowered to take independent decisions? Because NBA also says that okay, how many academic leaders you have now. And they are very clear that it's not you say that okay, I have a placement head and I have an executive education head and I have an admission head and I have a program chair and so and so. Now these are also the academic leaders which we really talk about it. But the next question which they basically check on and ask you, what kind of a financial powers they have. Okay. Now this is what we were trying to talk about. Okay. So academic leadership, when we talk about the leadership, it is basically empowering them in totality. I'm not talking about only giving a position. I'm also giving a position to drive it in an independent manner. And that's what we did at IMI Bhubaneswar. I empowered in totality. Okay. Once the budget approved across verticals, the vertical head is empowered to take those decisions. Director is there to mentor. Director is there to guide. Director is not really looking at the nitty-gritties part of it. Now that's where we are talking about the empowerment level. Okay. 62% of the faculties report that academic leadership quality directly affects their research output, which is also true because you need to create a balance between the two. Okay. So when you really try to empower these set of faculties, you try to handpick them. Okay. There are set of faculties who are teaching faculties. There are set of faculties who are good at research. There are set of faculties who are good at administration. There are set of faculties who are very good at executive education or the corporate training or consultancy. So whatever your pool of faculties you have, identify them, put them into these buckets and use them as per their skills. It's not that a faculty who is very good in research and you basically try to give him a more administrative role and his research gets impacted totally. And if his research gets impacted, your research output also gets impacted. Right? So you need to create that balance, identify the skill sets of the faculties and do that. And that's the reason why I said when you have limited set of resources available, but you still want to basically try to drive your institution and you want to create this balance also, how would you really achieve that? Use the rotation policy. Okay. You use the rotation policy whereby I say that, okay, I use your expertise into this administrative role for 1 to 2 years. Right. Because I also want to train them for what you said, Mihir, is that, okay, associate professor is going to become professor and professor is going to become the director and the vice chancellor. Okay. And these are the prerequisite. What is the kind of administrative roles you have done in your professorship assignment or in your associate professorship assignment and so on and so forth. Okay. One of the basic criteria which we really looked at, I just give you another example. Okay. While we were trying to promote people from associate professor to professors, okay, we were trying to look at some of these traits in those faculties. Is associate professor to professor, that's what I'm talking about. I'm just taking one example out here. Okay. That how many PhD students have graduated under you? Okay, that means how many PhDs you are guiding or guided. Okay, how many research projects you have done independently? How many consultings, assignments? Okay, like in the foreign universities, they say that, okay, how much of a fund you have raised? In India, obviously, we don't have that particular concept, but we say that, okay, have you done any consulting assignment? Have you generated any funding for an institution through these activities? If you are capable of doing this, that means you have that particular skill to take up the higher position, because the moment you move up from professorship to the directorship, you need to generate business for your institution, or from a professorship to the vice chancellorship, you also need to generate business for your institution. So do you have that kind of a trait, or do you have that kind of a skill set available? So you try to test those, right? So that's what is becoming important. So top 20% globally ranked programs share one trait: sustained distributed academic leadership at every level. And this is important. Globally ranked programs share one of the common traits: sustained distributed academic leadership at every level. And that's what I said. Academic leadership starts from the lowest possible level and moves up. Because to the teaching faculty, okay, at assistant professorship level, or maybe an associate professorship level, the teaching faculty, who are good at teaching, one of the common questions which I used to ask: what are the new courses you have developed in last 2 years? Innovation. Or what are the new pedagogies you have introduced in your teaching? Innovation. So at the lecturer level or an assistant professor level, if they start thinking in those manners, at least now they are growing. I'm good at teaching marketing management 1 using the Philip Kotler's book, and I continue teaching it for last 5 years, 10 years, and I'm the best teacher. But have I developed a new course in last 10 years? Answer is no. Where the growth would happen then? You have not grown yourself. Will you be ready to grow an institution? That's a question. Okay, fine. I'm new to this particular institution. I'm only 2-year-old. Did I try new pedagogies? If not the new courses, did I try new pedagogies? Did I introduce new assessment methods? What is the change you have brought into the teaching? Right. Now, these are the fundamental things which we are trying to talk about. Okay. So the leadership traits are being developed from the lowest possible level, and you more you move up. Okay. So if the teaching faculty has not done these teaching innovations, I have to mentor. Send him for FDPs, send him for another trainings, give them an exposure with the senior faculties, ask him to sit into their classes, understand how they do it. Okay, or send him to another institution. So those are the things which you need to really look at. Associate professor to professor, I gave you that example. Right. So that's what is important. So that's where we are saying that, okay, without the strong academic leadership, institutions drift, and leaders align faculty goals, research agenda, teaching strategies with long-term institution mission and the societal needs. People started talking about sustainability, green technologies, environmental issues on every aspect. Okay, what we have done over the year, over last 2 years or so, is that we have modified each of our course outlines and said that, okay, am I exposing my students on the ESG concepts? Out of 20 session course, how many sessions I am actually exposing them on the ESG, right? AI became a critical technological intervention today. Have I integrated AI into my teaching? Have I integrated AI into my assessments? So that's those are some of those aspects which are becoming very, very critical. Okay, when you are trying to develop these leaders, you need to evaluate them on different aspects. It's not one mantra which is going to fit in for everyone. You need to really understand each individual and mentor that individual as per his or her requirement. And that's where we say that faculty motivation and culture is important. So academic leaders cultivate a culture of scholarly inquiry, peer respect, and professional growth. There were faculties who were starting the academic career, okay, fresh PhD pass outs, okay, from the top institutions which we hired, and they they were weak in the research. They were weak in the research output. So what we did, we created a research ecosystem within an institution. Where we said that, okay, we will have a monthly research seminar. Bring in your research idea, bring in your working paper, research working paper, okay, present it to the faculty, and generate feedback, generate ideas. Now, what has happened because of this? I'm a young, fresh PhD pass out. I don't know much about how to basically conduct and write good quality research papers. Okay, but I have a fancy research idea. So I brought that fancy research idea into the faculty research seminar, presented that. Okay. So my problem statements, my hypothesis, my methodology, everything was discussed. A lot of ideas were given to me by my peers. Okay. And also in certain instances, the senior faculty said, oh, I am also interested in contributing with you. Let's do a joint research paper. I'm already working in this particular domain. Let's do something together. Okay. Or now the research seminars were not restricted only to our set of faculties. We also invited, I said, international collaborations also helped us to basically boost our research ecosystem. So whenever we had the international faculties in our campuses, so we did that and connected with them. So the research boosted. Research output, I do have that particular figure when we started about in 2000, we started in 2011, but in 2014-15, I measured per faculty research output at that point of time. It was about 0.67 or so, 0.67 per faculty research output in a Scopus indexed or Web of Science indexed journals, right? But when I left, it was increased from 0.067 to 3.2 per faculty per year. And that's a shift. So it's not only about now. I just gave you one particular aspect that okay, create an ecosystem, right? But we also did a lot of other things that a lot of research incentives were introduced. Okay, a lot of things were introduced to participate in national and international conferences. Okay, so when we talk about an ecosystem, we talk about everything, right? So that's a change. That's how we really looked at it. Okay. And more and more when the faculty tries to contribute, automatically it impacts the institutional reputation. My faculty is known now. If my research contribution per faculty goes to 3.27 or something like that, okay, then at least the faculty knows, the people knows that there is an institution and there are these faculties, okay, who contributes to a quality research, and it also impacts into our rankings and accreditations and other things. Now That's what is important, and to revalidate all of this, we always say that okay, go and participate into accreditations, because the accreditation process challenges your existing systems and processes. They force you to think and rethink. What you are doing is not always right. Okay, because you are being questioned by someone else. Okay, and if you are being questioned by someone else, uh, you're forced to rethink in a different manner. Because many a times when you are trying to do a lot of things for your institution, you think that everything is going fine, everything is whatever decisions you and your people are trying to take are the best. But when you're questioned by the accreditations or the ranking agencies, okay, it forces you to rethink, and that's why we say that okay, participation in these are critical and important, right? But pick up, as I said, don't participate each and every ranking. Okay, handpick the rankings even, and participate in those one of those sustainable innovations. Okay, you need to continuously keep looking at new pedagogies, keep setting priorities for your research. Industry partnership is very critical. Okay, because what are we trying to do? What business we are in? Okay, we are trying to create a workforce for tomorrow. And if it doesn't get aligned with the needs of the industry, then whatever I'm creating is useless. Right? And how would you basically understand that? Now, you would understand this if you really look at getting your programs validated by the industries. Okay, and that's the process which you need to keep adopting on a continuous basis. What we used to do was basically try to do it every 2 years, every alternate years kind of a thing. Okay, so that and it's not only the industry as an industry, it is basically my alumni and the industry leaders. The industry leaders who come and interact with my students, and industry leaders who come and recruit my students. Okay, so these were the three basic stakeholders when we used to basically do our restructuring of our programs. Okay, so every 2 years we used to revisit and try to wherever topic level modification was required, we used to do the topic level modification. Wherever course level modification is required, we used to do the course level modification, and wherever the add-on skill set is required, we used to basically look at the skill set also. Okay, so whatever we were offering was always industry relevant. Okay. Now, obviously, yours is a slightly different kind of an environment because you are being governed by the university. Okay, and I don't know how much of a flexibility you have, but you can always create that particular flexibility by add-on workshops, add-on skill level certifications. Right. There are a lot of industry recognized global certifications which exists in the environment, in the market. Okay, and what we did was we identified some of those global certifications which basically boosted the employment of our students. Okay, and we trained our students for those global certifications. Okay, and obviously once the students qualify those, their placement opportunities changed, totally changed. And now this is another thing which you can think of doing that. Now this is where we say that the role of the faculties. Okay, if you are faculty in technology area, identify those. If you are a faculty in a marketing area, identify some of those. Okay, now that makes a lot of difference into the offering, because if I can't change the structure of my program, I can always top it up with something else.
Sir,
Okay.
here I would like to
Yes,
share
sir.
one line, sir.
Yes, sir.
Basically, you said that whatever you have to do should be industry relevant. And for that, yes, of course, we are into the BPUT pattern. We are one of the affiliated college. But to share here that we are having a board of studies at university level. Those who
Yeah.
are developing and designing the programs of BPUT and for all the affiliated colleges. But
Right.
BIITM as an institute is also having its own board of studies.
Yes.
So this board of studies, they meet regularly, as defined twice in a year, to understand that what are the that industry needs, its requirements through various stakeholders.
Yeah.
Our stakeholders are our employer, recruiter, alumni, students,
Same.
and
Yeah.
faculty members. And we are trying to put it together from the industry point of view and from the academic point of view, from the student point of view.
That's good. That's
And
perfect.
that we provide to the students in each and every odd and even semesters, apart from the whatever the credit courses are fixed by the BPUT.
Yeah.
So, and also besides that, this is again certification by us, by BIIT. Apart from the certification, we are also associated with Coursera, with IBM skill organization, as well as also with the NPTEL itself. So our students are also going for such kind of courses as identified by the board of studies. So we are trying to do a little bit of justice to the students.
No, that's good. That's certainly, because you need to be offering the skills which the industry require.
Yeah.
Okay, over and above the general courses, whatever is being decided,
Sir,
right?
we have added the people from the industry, like the CEO of Burgappa Industries,
Okay.
Mr. Rasmi Ranjan Mahapatra. Now he is heading as the CEO of Wild Skill Center, Bhubaneswar.
Bhubaneswar, yes, I know that.
And he is our one of the board of studies member. The executive vice president of Tata Group is also the board of studies member, and also the kid vice chancellor, Professor Saranjit Singh.
Saranjit Singh, yeah.
Is that the board of studies member, as well as another associate professor from King South University, Professor Durga Prasad Samantray. Also the members along with our own members.
Okay,
So we brainstorm and we get the input from the stakeholders and decide that what should be given to the students, which is relevant to the industries.
No, that's what is more important. That's what we are talking about. And there are, as I said, there are a number of global level certifications which are available. Okay, some Coursera offers. Okay, not as part of their generic license, but add-on. Okay, and there are other companies like IBM, you already said, or SAP also started giving global certifications on different technologies, right? So identify some of those, and that would actually change the complete offering and change your institution positioning in the market. That's what is more important. That's what I was talking about.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
So good afternoon, Dr. Bal. It was wonderful having you for this FDP seminar. I'm Professor Kamesh.
Yes, sir.
I'm the coordinator of our incubation center at BIITM.
Okay.
So I just wanted to know, under your tutelage at IMI Bhubaneswar,
Right,
how are
sir.
you able to foster this entrepreneurial ecosystem at your end, sir?
Okay. See, what we did couple of things. One, obviously, we created a complete awareness group on entrepreneurship for our students. That is to begin with. We created an e-cell and started doing a lot of activities out there just to create an awareness and excitement. Because one of the key challenges which you face with the management institute students is that they join the MBA institution to get a job.
Right.
Okay, right. So we need to change that mindset also and give that confidence into the minds of the students. No, if you have a good idea, then your job is always there. Okay. So what we did was we went and created a Section 8 company, independent Section 8 company under the IMI framework, called IMI Incubation Foundation, and started promoting the startups out there. Now, it's easy to say starting promoting the startups out there. So what we did, we changed certain policies, the placement policy per se, because if you know, in an MBA institution, the students are supposed to do an internship after the first year, about 8 weeks of internship with the industry, and then submit a complete graded report and something like that, right? So what to push the entrepreneurial thing, what we did was that if you have an startup idea, okay, submit that idea in your second term of the first year. Okay, and we allocated the faculty mentor and an industry mentor to those students. And we said that now you improvise on your startup idea. And when your internship period starts, you work only on your startup idea. And we created a complete support system for them, okay, under that incubation foundation. And they, for 8 weeks or so, they actually worked on their startup idea instead of joining any corporate, right? And we graded on the basis so their academic requirements are fulfilled. Now, we didn't stop there. We said, now you joined IMI because you wanted a good placement, but your idea is also fantastic, and we want you to basically make that effective. So you continue working on your startup idea for the second year also. Okay. And we help them to generate funding and all that wherever, whosoever was progressing well. Okay. And we said, in case your startup fails, even after you pass out or even maybe a year later or so, you can come back to the institution and institution will help you to get you the placement. Okay. So we assured that aspect and allowed them to take that risk. Okay. So we played with that particular psychology of the student and said that, okay, no, I'm joining an institution to get the placement and secure my future. But I also I come out from the business family background, and I have certain things which I want to basically try it out, but I'm hesitant to try it out, okay, because of the environmental issues. So we basically hand-holded them for 2 years. Okay, and it changed the life. It changed it. Okay, so we did a lot of these crazy things. If I call it to be crazy, but we did these kinds of things because whole concept is to support these, and that's where we are saying my faculties were coming out of with these. We need to change the placement rules. We need to change the internship rules. Okay, right. Because that's what I was saying, that we all are binded by certain boundaries, okay, in which we work. So if I need to do something, I need to cross those boundaries. And who is going to give me those ideas? The faculties. The faculty has to think and come with a solution. And I always used to tell my faculty, don't come to me with a problem. You come to me with a problem and the solution, proposed solution. Okay. Right. And that's where the empowerment and an ownership comes in.
Thank you for the response, Dr. Bal. It gives a food for thought, actually.
That's one idea because see, my 12 years of journey cannot be summarized in 1.5 hours. Okay, there were too many things which we did, and some of those things worked very well for us, and some of those things we failed, and we also learned, and we recovered, and we did it better. Okay. So that's what we are trying to talk about, and that's the whole objective of this particular session. Also, I think Mihir sir has done only because of this. He called me only to talk some of these things, right?
Thank
Any
you.
more questions? Anyone else has? No? Should I continue? Or someone is coming? Yeah. So that's how now. These are some of these performance constraints which we always try to look at it. Okay. Now, if the institution has to grow, okay, we look at the curriculum alignment, which is about 69.1% called current curriculum misaligned. And leader must run dynamic boards of studies with corporate partners, which obviously what Mir sir has just said that, okay, BIITM is trying to do it, but there are a number of other institutions who never try to look at it. Whatever is being given to them by the university, they basically keep following it, but the institutions are trying to move out of that. Global accreditations, over 89% fail global benchmarks. So the deans and the faculties must shift focus to institutional research and peer-reviewed outputs. Because if you really look at the number of institutions in India, they are very, very weak as far as the research contributions are concerned. And why are they weak? Because of multiple reasons. One, they do not have an ecosystem to push the research among the faculties, and there are only handful of the faculties who are keen to continue to do the quality research. Okay. And once you put them and create an ecosystem and put them into the ecosystem, the things move. And I tested that with IMI Bhubaneswar because I said when we started, we were at 0.67% of research output, and by the time I left, it changed to 3.62 or something like that, right? So that's a shift because of an ecosystem which is being created. Okay, so you need to also think about from that particular perspective. Global appeal: only 8% of international students consider India. Now that's a challenge, and that's a serious challenge which most of the institutions basically face. So you need to really look at creating the infrastructure and also need to have a diversity in terms of your students profile as well as in terms of your faculty profile. Because you cannot try to attract global students into your campus unless you have the diversity. Okay, and that is very, very critical because there is no business in the world which is regional today, right? And every business is a global business, and all global business has a diverse cultures. Okay. So the institutions also need to really focus more on, and if you really look at NIRF also, okay, and even today NBA also, they also try to look at how many students are there outside the state. Now, what percentage of students are there from outside the state? right? They are not talking about outside the country as of today, but yes, if the institutions start working towards that, whole idea is what diversity and why diversity is important, because you are being challenged by someone else. Otherwise, I become a very, very regional institution. And that's one of the fundamental things which we did with IMI Bhubaneswar also, is that I got my faculties across the country. I got my staff from across the country. And automatically, obviously, we were recruiting or admitting the students under the CAT. So we also ensured we got the students across the country. Okay. Now that changes the complete dynamics for growth of an institution. Okay. And then you are being labeled and you are being identified as a national level institution. Okay. And when we went for an AMBA, the first international accreditation for our institution, that was our basic selling proposition. That we being from this particular state, we being from this particular city, but we basically brought in a lot of diversity into that, and they were very, very impressed about that. Right, institutional scale, obviously, we still are much behind the anticipated or expected GERs. Okay, so the institutions need to really look at that. Why faculty need to be an academic leader? Because it helps them to improve their teaching effectiveness. Okay, it helps them to improve their research. It helps them to secure grants for research projects and consultancy projects. They would actually try to be part of industrial network. Okay, it would help them to build their global identity. Okay, I don't know what is the policy at your institution to encourage visiting teaching assignment or a visiting research assignment for your faculty. Okay, if it is not, may think of doing that because I as a faculty is an excellent faculty within the boundaries of BIITM. Okay. But am I the excellent faculty when I move out of BIITM? I've never been tested. Now, how do I test that? If I go and do a visiting assignment in another institution, okay, maybe first at a regional level, then at a national level, and then at an international level. And the moment I move out of my boundary of my institution, my exposure changes. My thought process changes, my network changes, my identity changes. Okay, now that is where we are really trying to talk about. It is important for every faculty to work and contribute. Okay, and automatically it helps in the career progression, and you try to develop the future leaders. Okay, one of the very common criteria for the top leadership position is that what is the exposure the individual has. Okay, so exposure not only in teaching and research, okay, the geographical exposure also, right? The industry connect also, and that's what is important for all of us to think and work towards. Okay, so. So the imperatives, so you need to look at the very common concepts. So foster a culture where research, teaching quality, student success are non-negotiable standards, measured, celebrated, and continuously improved. This is what we are really trying to look at. Okay. You need to create that kind of a culture within your institution where the research productivity is measured and improved on an year-on-year basis for each one of my faculty, where my teaching quality improves on year-on-year on basis, where my course curriculum gets innovated on a continuous basis. Okay. Faculty development, obviously, I know Professor Mihir for many years now, and every year he tries to conduct this faculty development program, okay, which is a very, very fantastic initiative, okay. But do I have anything beyond this also? If no, maybe we can actually look at an individual level if certain skills needs to be developed, that should also be encouraged. Okay. How strong is my industry connect? How strong is my industry connect? And do we have see, one is having the industry leaders, the CEOs and the CFOs and other people on my board of studies, okay, or getting these industry leaders to my campus to talk to my students, okay. But do I have any formal relationship with these companies, okay, whereby I can look at them for research assignments, for consulting assignments, for training assignments, for mentorships, okay, and maybe for guiding my startups. Okay. Now that is what we really talk about. Do I have that kind of a relationship with some of these leading industries? Okay. If no, I must really try to explore those. And the moment I really start getting into it, automatically a lot of these things would start working together. Okay. Right. So that's what is becoming critical and important. So what leaders must do, drive research productivity. That's what I said. Set annual publication targets per faculty, create research clusters, or create a complete ecosystem. Try to fund seed grants. That's another thing which we introduced at IMI, that if you have a research idea and you need certain funding to execute your research idea, institute is happy to basically fund that. So we created a seed grant of 1 lakh of rupees per faculty, which we increased later on to 3 lakhs. Okay. So that's that kind of support which we tried. Then we said we also created the sponsorship initiatives for the faculty to participate at national and international conferences. Okay, so we allocated a research fund for the faculty, whereby they can actually select at least two national conferences every year, and one international conference once in every 2 years, where they can participate. So something like that we did. And the third thing which we did was, if you try to publish into the Scopus in Web of Science publications, okay, there is an incentive which was associated. So we created a complete policy for that. So that basically motivated the faculty to contribute more into the research part, right? Mandate curriculum reviews, we said every 2 years we used to do it. Okay. And every 2 years when you tend to do it, and plus when you are part of multiple accreditation processes, so automatically your curriculum is being audited and being reviewed. Okay. So that's one another thing which we really look at it. Invest in faculty development. So I look at faculty development budgets, encourage sabbaticals, industry immersions, and global conference participations, and also allow faculty to basically pick up the visiting assignments okay, at national and international levels. Now that itself, where you don't have to basically directly fund the faculty, but it helps them to develop beyond obsess over students' outcome. So track placement rates, look at their performances in your entrance test, whatever entrance test you tend to use it. Okay. Look at the alumni satisfaction scores and employers' feedback. Now, these are some of those parameters which basically helps you to look at evaluating the students' outcomes. Build industry academia bridges. Okay, I've already talked about more and more MOUs with your industry partners are more important. Okay, try to create co-create electives. Okay, where the industry leaders also come and teach a course with your faculty. We did with a couple of consulting companies because consulting is an high-paying offers high-paying jobs. Okay, and we wanted our students to be trained in those consulting related job profiles. So what we did, we basically tied up or signed MOUs with the big four companies, some of those big four companies, and co-created certain courses with them. And they came and taught those courses, and which automatically changed our complete positioning in the accreditation space as well as in the placement space. So that's those are some of those things which we did. Celebrate scholarly achievements. Obviously, you need to recognize people. Okay, whosoever is your best researcher, whosoever is your best teacher, whosoever is your best innovator, whosoever is your best student. Okay, so recognitions are important. Okay, and because they would actually become your brand ambassador to promote your institution beyond. The maturity model, obviously a five-stage maturity model for academic leadership, which we really talk about. So you can be a teaching institution where you need to focus on teaching and limited research. Okay. You can be a quality institution where you need to focus on outcome-based education and making efforts for accreditation. You can be a research institution focused on quality publications, patents, grants, and PhDs. Okay. You can be a global institution where you are focused more on global accreditations, like AACSB, AMBA, IQUIS. We try to get more international faculties and good rankings. Or you can be a thought leadership institution where you try to influence the policies, global reputation, and knowledge creation. So you need to start and you need to look at where you want to end. Okay. As an IMI, we were targeting at number 5. We started slow. We started our journey at number 1. Okay. We moved quickly to the second level. We moved very fast to the third and the fourth level. Okay. So when I left in my 12 years of journey at IMI Bhubaneswar, I took my institution from 1 to 4. Okay, right. And slightly we were hitting at number 5 also. Okay, but that's what was our vision. Okay. That we wanted to be there. But if you really ask me in 2012, I would say my vision was to be a good teaching institution. If you would have asked me in 2014 or 15, I said quality institution, and 16 research institution, 18, 20, we were talking about global institution because we got our first international accreditation. We signed up with AACSB and we signed up with EQUIS. So we were there, right? Now that's a maturity model, and that's where we are trying to look at it. Collectively, we all need to work, and collectively we all need to achieve. Okay, so that's how we focused more on this. So that's a maturity model which we really look at it. Then you have a role of these accreditations. I said accreditations are important. So it's not an event. It's a continuous leadership practice of documentation, improvement, and stakeholders. I've been part of a number of accreditation cycles across multiple institutions. And what I have seen and observed, that number of institutions have everything in place, but their documentation is so bad. Okay, the storylines are so bad. They are not very clear what they want to present. Okay, right. They have everything, and that's what we are talking about. So whenever you initiate something, you parallelly need to create a complete document to support that initiative. Okay, you need to have a proper policy to guide that initiative. And that's what these accreditation at a national and an international level actually focuses on. Okay, when we got the AMBA, we actually focused on AMBA to begin with. People basically say why not AACSB? I said no. AMBA is very different, and it is being offered to only 3% of the MBA institutions worldwide. So let me try to look at it. Okay, and we worked with a very focused approach that we want to achieve in the very first instance, and we did that. Okay, so we studied what is required, and we created a storyline as per that. Okay. Next was some AACSB. Obviously, we are into that's a journey, and we are into this now. Soon we will get that AACSB also for IMI Bhubaneswar, Delhi. In any case, we already have that. Okay, so that's what. So you are when you are trying to work for these international accreditations, you are being identified in the top 3%, 5%, 6% institutions of the world. Okay, and when you're trying to partner with any of the international institutions, you also need to really look at it. Do they have any one of these, two of these, three of these? I said earlier, when I went in for my first international partnership, I basically focused on all three. And I basically looked at the Triple Crown. Now, this is what an institution which has all these three, AACSB, EQUIS, and AMBA, are called Triple Crown institutions. Okay, so I picked up an institutional partner who has the three international accreditation. Why? Because it actually helped us to achieve that also. When your partner institution has these, so you learn from them also. And that's what, so it's not that I'm the best, so I don't have to learn anywhere. It's a wrong philosophy. So you need to really look at this. Next, obviously, program quality. Obviously, BIITM is doing very well out there, but still, it's important that its program quality is not achieved at launch. It is to be sustained through a disciplined review, honest self-assessment, and fearless improvements. And that is what is more important. So when you create a program, you always try to create it the best. But what is more difficult is that you need to sustain with the change in the environment. And so it's a continuous process which is to be evolved, to be implemented. Okay, so focus more on that. So today, most of these accreditation agencies look at outcome-based education. So leader must ensure the courses are, say, very clear course outcomes mapped with your program outcomes. Okay. And also need to really look at what are the attainment levels. Right. So you need to also look at how the continuous internal evaluations are being conducted. Like in our kind of an institutions, we say that, okay, the students are being evaluated on continuous basis, right? So there would be number of evaluation components in a 30-hour course. So whatever concepts or whatever applications are being taught, they are being evaluated on those on a regular or on a continuous basis. Okay, and most of these international and national accreditation bodies basically emphasize on continuous evaluation models. Okay, it's not only an continuous evaluation to be integrated. You also need to have a continuous feedback mechanism with your stakeholders, so that you keep looking at what is changing and how you need to really improvise on that. So that's what you need to really look at that. National and international rankings are becoming critical for institutions to sustain in this particular market. So NIRF is one of the leading, which all of us know about it. Okay, right. So you need to be part of an NIRF, whatever space you are in. So that's the national level. QS World rankings are becoming critical. So if you want to grow to an international level, then QS World ranking and Financial Times rankings are becoming critical. Shanghai rankings are also important. And from a private space, if one has to really look at the business today, kind of ranking is good. So we actually were trying to look at not the Shanghai, but otherwise the remaining four. We were always there in these kinds of rankings. Okay. And if you look at what leaders must do, I again keep talking about research is becoming important. Internationalization is important. Employer-alumni relationships are important. Reputation building is becoming important. How much you contribute to the media. Because if I need to, in the maturity model, we said the last stage is that you need to be part of the policy making team. How would the policymaker would know that there is a professor at BIITM who is very good and think about contributing to the growth of of the country even? Okay, so you need to continuously keep speaking in different mediums, okay, or keep contributing to the different mediums, write in newspapers, write your blogs into the social media, contribute on the television or the talks or here and there. Okay, now that's where we talk about it's a journey. It's a journey. Okay. Institution may achieve the Triple Crown accreditations. Okay, but beyond that, the fifth stage of the maturity model can be achieved only when you try to create a brand of yourself. Now that is where we are talking about. The academic leader is a brand in itself. They are known in the community. How are you known in your community? Right. So that's what you need to focus more on. This is all we know. I think I stop here and talk about some question and answers if you have. Okay. This is all is this. Yeah, this is one which we need to really look at, becoming talk of the day today. Everyone needs to really look at digital transformation and AI challenge for academic leaders. Okay. How much of an AI needs to be integrated into your classroom is becoming very, very critical. I don't know how much you do it in your, but we have already done. Okay, and you cannot avoid this. Okay, so look at students have started using it, and now if they have started using it, make it as an ethical practice. Okay, create a policy for an AI usage. Okay, there has to be a very well drafted policy for your institution. what is allowed and what is not allowed. Okay. AI-powered assessments. So there are multiple methods of integrated AI into your assessment processes. Okay, you need to think of building that and integrating that into your policy also. Okay. Digital pedagogy shift. Okay, what we have started doing is that we our class of 60 minutes, if we are talking about any concept and application, we try to do it with and without AI. Okay, and that's where I'm just giving you one example of that. Okay. There are multiple methods which we are trying to test it out and trying to do that. So you need to also think about this, right? Because these are the facts. 72% of an MBA students already use GenAI for coursework. 88% of employers expect AI literacy from the new hires. Okay, and 60% of the faculty have not received formal AI pedagogical training. I saw your agenda of this FDP and you have a complete 1-day session on an AI, which is very good, which is too encouraging. Okay, but what is more important is that we need to adopt. Okay, we need to change our curriculums. We need to basically change our teaching methods, and that's what we need to really look at it. So from an adoption perspective, establish a complete academic policy, which is revolves around AI. Okay, redesign your assessments for the AI era. Move from an MCQ essay to AI resistant formats. Oral vivas, live case analysis, handwritten assignments are becoming critical now. Okay. Build digital pedagogical capacities. So mandate FDPs on AI tools, LMS analytics, flipped learning designs, online pedagogies. Okay, so you need to basically budget these to train and implement these technologies into your institution. Harness learning analytics, deploy LMS dashboards to track attendance, quizzes, engagement performances, and dropout signals. Okay, integrate AI into the curriculum. Lead digital research infrastructure. Now this is again becoming very critical from research perspective, and promote open digital credentials. Encourage faculties and students to earn micro credentials from various online teaching resources, and foster an ethical AI culture within an organization. And this is becoming very, very critical. So that's what. So 8 core competencies for academic leader: vision and strategy, set 5-year academic roadmap, research leadership, build research culture, mentor faculty, pursue funded projects and publications. Because someone asked me that, okay, what are the traits we need to have? Now, these are the traits which you need to have. Quality and accreditations, own the assurance of learning, get into the NAAC, NBA, AACSB documentation and continuous improvement cycles. Focus on digital and AI fluencies, adopt, regulate and champion technology in teaching, research and administration. Get into more industry engagements, do more focused faculty development programs, introduce sabbaticals and visiting assignments, ranking and management, and ethics and governance. These are the 8 core competencies which are important. How you need to balance it with your other academic requirements, that obviously the management has to think about and work on it. Because if you really look at this spider web, you'll find everyone is more or less equally important. But that's how you need to look at. Okay. So in conclusion, it's not a title, it's a practice. And I said every one of us need to own it. So the measure of academic leader is not the ranking achieved, but the culture of excellence that remain when they are gone. Okay. So that's what is important for all of us. I should be known for my contributions for the growth of an institution. Right. So that's all from my side. If you have any questions, any more, so you can obviously.
Any question? Yeah.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Sir, my question is, what are the new innovative ideas or exclusively adopted in modern business schools of management so that it will be easier and comfortable for the faculties to capture the students interestingly? Because the students are more confident that the intelligence of the AI is highly found on their part as compared to the teachers even. So my question exclusive again, what are the exclusive methods applied in national and international level of schools of management to capture
I
this?
I did another study which I didn't shared out here. Okay, on AI interventions in the teaching and learning process, and we found that students are more adaptive to an AI integration than the faculty. Okay, so we basically surveyed about 500 students and 280 faculty members across multiple level of institutions. Okay, so this was one of the findings which I'm just sharing that, right. Now coming back to your specific question, the teaching pedagogies at national and international levels are changing. Okay, you teach me, I'll forget. No, certainly, because my attention span has reduced to less than 7 minutes now. Okay, right. So in a 60 minutes to 90 minutes class, I am only attentive for 7 minutes. So remaining time, I am not attentive at all. So whatever you're teaching, I am not remembering. I don't, okay, right. So it is changing from that, that rather than teaching, I need to involve you. You teach me, I'll forget. You involve me, I will remember. Right. So the involvement is how I would involve you. I change my teaching from a traditional teaching method to a gamified teaching method. Okay. So what we have done, or what we are trying to do, is that we are trying to gamify our classrooms now. Okay, so you go with the problem and ask them to solve. Right. So the concept, when I said flipped classrooms and other simulations, they are the methods of gamification. Right. So I'll spend, I've done, given them the readings for the concept. I go and basically spend about 5 to 10 minutes in reinforcing the concept and put them into the problem solving. Okay, which is my application of the concept, which is being just reinforced in first 5 to 10 minutes time. And next 30 minutes, they are doing that. And once they are doing that, they are involved into it. And once they are involved into it, they remember what they did. So they are not then disturbed with the mobiles and the any other gadgets. Because if you really look at it, maybe you and me may not have activated the notifications of all kinds on our devices, whereas the students has 20 different notifications on their mobile. So every second it is buzzing. So every second it is disturbing my attention. So put them into that grind where they don't have the time to look here and there. So the grind is what? I give you 30 minutes to give me a solution to this problem. And I will keep showing you after 10 minutes that, okay, which position you are as compared to your peers. So I show them in the leaderboards even. So they gamify everything. So when you put them into a gamified situation, the psychological pressure is what? I need to be in the top of the leaderboard. Whether I like it or not like it, but I need to be. Right? So this is the shift which is happening. And that's where there is a major transformation which the faculty also needs to do it. And that's where the faculty development programs like this is becoming critical now. I hope I've answered your question. Anyone else wants to?
Thank you so much, sir. Any other question? Well, the session was started by a statement by Professor Well. Leadership can't be taught. It is already there within you. You just need to harness those skills. And the session ended with a very interesting note that academic leadership is not a title, it's a practice. Now, looking at this entire 2 hour session, I would like to thank our honorable resource person for such an exceptionally insightful and thought-provoking session on academic leadership. Sir, your perspectives on academic leadership, institutional excellence, on quality assurance, faculty professionalism have provided us with a broader understanding of the responsibility that every faculty member must carry in shaping institutions as well as society. Now, the practical examples and experiences which you shared with us from your distinguished academic journey will certainly inspire all of us to contribute more effectively towards building an excellent institution which, at the end of the day, can serve to the society. On behalf of the BIITM Bhubaneswar, the FDP organizing committee and all participants express our heartfelt gratitude for sparing your valuable time and sharing your immense knowledge and experience with us. Sir, we would like to felicitate Professor Well with a memento as a token of love. May sir, I would like to request you to felicitate online.
Online.
Professor Well said at the end that AI is
Sir,
Thank you. Thank you, Meet.
we are honored by getting you.
I know that. Thank you. I have a couple of them in my office, which I received it from you earlier.
Professor, in fact, we are really moved by your insightful session. And our faculty members are giving you a kind of commitment from their side. We are giving you commitment. We will be following the footsteps that you have shown throughout to us through your 2 hour session. And we will try to see that we will be going from level 1 to level 5 of the academic maturity model. So thanks for your session, sir. We look forward further in future also such sessions, which will be helping all our faculty members to move forward. And someday they will become the vice chancellors of various places.
I want to see them.
All the best to our faculty members, to you only. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you once again, sir. I also would like to thank all participants for their active participation and engagement. We look forward to meeting all of you tomorrow for the third day of the FDP. That is, as rightly said by Professor Baer, use of AI tools for effective teaching learning process. So the whole day tomorrow we will spend on AI.